Hello and welcome to this video demonstration of CRCC Irrigator by Coxo, and we are going to watch how effectively it irrigates and evacuates in a multifunctional mode. Since it is a continuous flow of warm sodium hypochlorite which is warmed at 50 degrees Celsius. What you can watch here is now we have used a pulp replica and it has been packed into this complex anatomy. The tip A, which is meant for evacuation of macro debris with a wide bore evacuation needle. What you can watch now is when it is activated in a multifunctional mode wherein irrigation and evacuation happens simultaneously. The smaller needle or the thinner needle is irrigating the warm sodium hypochlorite into the root canal system, and you can watch and appreciate the pulp replica getting disintegrated and getting digested and evacuated by the tip A. This is a real-time video where you can watch as the tip falls deeper to the middle 1/3. It has started clearing the pulp replica tissue. The advantage of the CRCC irrigator is continuous flow which treats the whole length of the canal. Since this is used in a multifunctional mode, the evacuation needle falls into the access preparation and there is hardly any spillage of sodium hypochlorite. Now you can very well appreciate here that the tissue which is packed into this isthmus with a constant flow of warm sodium hypochlorite, it is a matter of no time that this tissue will be digested by warm sodium hypochlorite. We all are aware of benefits of using warm sodium hypochlorite as it activates the sodium hypochlorite by thermal activation. Since one of the evacuation tip is attached to a suction, which is the best part of this CRCC irrigator, there is an intracanal pressure which is built, and while the solution is flowing into the root canal system, it generates a shear stress along the canal walls. This is also very safely done where it does not allow any extrusion of sodium hypochlorite into the periapical tissues. There are two tips provided with CRCC irrigator. Tip A is for macro debris evacuation, and tip B, which is apical negative pressure with continuous supply of warm sodium hypochlorite. When you instrument the canal, you generate so much of debris into the root canal. Time and again it is advised to clear this accumulated hard tissue debris, what you can watch now with a negative pressure irrigation, wherein it allows the solution to be freely flowing in this isthmus region. Tip B is placed as close as possible to the working length, and again in multifunctional mode you can watch the solution freely flowing in the root canal system. One more advantage of this continuous apical negative pressure irrigation is it allows the whole length of the canal to be treated. It eradicates the apical vapor lock effect by making solution available in the apical extent of the root canal. Since it is apical negative pressure, you can watch the solution moving rapidly along the length of the root canal. It does have some effect beyond the point of cannula. As you can see, the pulp replica tissue being digested into the apical 1/3. In combination again with the instrumentation, the accumulated hard tissue debris which gets packed into the inaccessible areas is removed with the negative pressure irrigation. It is thought that the negative pressure irrigation is not effective beyond a point of the cannula, but since we have been able to generate the intracanal pressure, because this is intracanal irrigation and evacuation, the solution is made available in apical 1/3 in the most safest way. You continue to do this apical negative pressure irrigation for at least 1 to 2 minutes per canal. The idea of using tip A is to get rid of macro debris so that the negative pressure cannula, that is tip B, there is no blockage of the cannula. Now here you can very well appreciate the agitation and activation of warm sodium hypochlorite, which is freely flowing in this isthmus region and removing the accumulated hard tissue debris and the pulp tissue. If this cannula is placed into the chamber, it actually has a pressure wash effect throughout the length of the canal. As it has inbuilt suction, it does not allow any spillage of sodium hypochlorite. So more volume can be used. There is constant refreshment or fresh warm sodium hypochlorite introduced into the root canal system for effective debridement of this complex anatomy. So in a total about 7 to 8 minutes of this activation of tip B and tip A in a multifunctional mode, that is irrigation and evacuation, the whole pulp replica tissue has been cleared. So it is advantageous to use continuous apical negative pressure irrigation with CRCC irrigator by Coxo. Thank you.